TV, my boy. 45 minutes of 45 selection with Dashai. This is Ray Darwin on my tribute to the Dashai 45. 7-inch 45, you know we keep it alive. Yeah, yeah. 45 minutes of 45 in my spin. Chilling on the sofa with the roots rock rhythm. Spread the good vibes, brethren. Cause we have another spliff blazing. Can't touch Dashai 45.
Greetings and welcome to the third installment of 45 Minutes of 45s with Dashai. I had a big idea today that I was going to go ahead and just drop on you guys some classics, but you know what? Before I even went into that, I got to kind of go into the order how I kind of got into things. And with the first installment, we were talking about, you know, certain tunes that I got into, certain artists that I got into, things like that, you know? So then last show, we kind of went into some rhythms and a label, and I want to go more into that label another time, but, you know, we kind of got into things. So speaking of big labels, and for me, once I learned, like, you know, started to understand labels and producers, just like anything, you know, with hip-hop, food, you know, anything like that. You learn about a chef, a producer, a rapper, a singer, and you kind of start going off in tangents. So for me, you know, I was showing you guys on the first installment certain artists, Sizzla, Anthony B, Luciano, and tunes that I super got into. But this is a label that, to me, it sets the foundation of reggae music. I was going to go back a little bit further, but I decided to, you know, do something a little bit different than that. Somebody requested some big classics, pre-reggae music, which I got you. But I just wanted to go into a label that really showed me about reggae and kind of understand the foundation of a lot of certain rhythms, certain tunes, certain styles, certain singers. And I'm not an expert or nothing, don't get me wrong, but I know there's like a first stage of Studio One, second stage of Studio One, kind of how artists came out, original singers, sing J's, things like that. So I'm not going to start in no particular order. I got my Studio One box right here, and I'm just going to play a tune that sets a foundation for a lot of people that, you know, grew up listening to roots reggae, and you'll know this rhythm, but check the tune, check the thing, and I'm going to go ahead and dig for something as this tune plays. Right here again is Studio One with the Cables with What Kind of World. So check the vibes. Say pull up. One more time. Go ahead and do the Shiva Duba Day part too. One more time. It's the Cables with What Kind of World. What kind of world am I living in? Is it the world without love? What kind of So today on 45 Minutes of 45s, we're going to go ahead and play a bunch of Studio One vibes, bunch of Studio One tunes. I just wanted to go through again. This is tunes that I learned about and how kind of I started to know about Studio One and the label and Cox and Dodd and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it was literally called Studio One because there was one channel, you know, one recording, you know, for a studio, you know. So this is another tune that I got. I got the repressing, and as I dug and understood, I don't even know where I came across the original pressing, but I mean, it's not that much of a difference. It's exciting that you had the first run when the first tune first came out. So right here is another big Studio One tune for me. Again, of course, right here is Jennifer Lara with Consider Me. You'll probably recognize the rhythm, you know? Again, these are all setting the foundation for what, you know, reggae is going to become and rhythms and things like that. So let's make sure this plays. Old records, you know? All right. Again, this is Jennifer Lara with Consider Me. Should have a little roll in. There we go. Original pressings, you know? So you recognize that rhythm, right? And if you don't recognize that rhythm, that's the original Movie Star, or Becomes, you know? Shoot, might have already dropped. One more time, Studio One vibes. People are talking that this world is about to be rough. But is it really as bad? Long time I say we no have no nice time. 400 years has been such a long time. So help me, Jah. I got some Delroy Wilson. Hold tight. Nobody gonna stop me now. Brimstone and fire, don't you lose control. Again, these are all tunes when I was first getting into learning about Studio One and understanding rhythms and stuff like that. These are tunes that I was pulling up and checking in. So, you know, when it was like Consider Me Jah, I was like hyped, like, oh, whoa, you know. And then later on, I figured out that this was the Movie Star rhythm, you know? So that's the original pressing right there. Again, Jennifer Lara with Consider Me. And there's another big tune that got me into all kinds of not only Studio One vibes, but the artist and everything like that. So again, Studio One vibes all day today, or next 45 minutes, I should say. Right here is Dennis Brown with Make It Easy on Yourself. Check the vibes now.
Ooh, yes. Oh, yes. Fighting your brothers every day doesn't make no sense at all.
Yo, at home, when somebody say, pull up. All right. Wicked Dennis Brown right here, you know? Again, this is old Studio One vibes. Man, there's so many I just want to run through right quick. Oh, this is a random tune right here.
Every day doesn't make no sense at all. You walk down the road, you see an innocent man.
Oh, here's a Delroy Wilson right here. Wicked tune. Another wicked tune.
Then when you think it's peace and safety, it's sudden destruction.
Once again, Dennis Brown.
Seek and find your trail, and they will
Another wicked.
down to my brethren. Make it easy on yourself.
definitely have to come back to some more Studio One, you know?
Walk a mile in my shoes,
And there's so many I'm just running through right here.
and then you'll be far, far from all wrong.
All right, I'll play a couple of
Ooh, yeah. Make it easy
Here's
on
the
yourself.
Delroy Wilson. This is what I wanted to play earlier, you know? Check out this tune right here. Again, this is like when I was first getting into 45s, collecting 45s, kind of trying to understand the artist and the labels and the rhythm. And again, if you don't know what 45s are, these little records are the 45s, you know? And they rotate at 45 rotations per minute. That's why they're 45s. And again, it's just classics, vibes like this, man, like stuff that's not pressed right, all off. I don't know if you can see that right here. It's not even pressed right. Stickers all off and whatnot, you know? I mean, obviously it's backwards for you guys because of the device I'm using, but, you know, just so you see, it's not even centered. So again, right here is Delroy Wilson, Run, Run. Again, I was just running into this label. Had no idea what I was buying. Just picked up stuff. And again, Studio One set the foundation for so much other reggae music to come. And to me, Cox and Dodd, I know a lot of people, Treasure Isle, Studio One. For me, it's Studio One. Treasure Isle, don't get me wrong. I got a bunch of wicked tunes, and we'll definitely get into them. But to me, Studio One set the foundation for reggae. So right here, again, is the Delroy Wilson with Run, Run. All right, check this vibe. Soundboy style, you know?
You gotta run as fast as you can. I'm gonna catch you.
Oh, this is a wicked tune. Brings back memories, you know?
You gotta run as fast as you can. I'm gonna catch you.
Hey.
You gotta run as fast as you can. I'm gonna catch you. You gotta hide until you can't hide no more.
Again, this is
I'm gonna
Delroy
find you.
Wilson, Run, Run, with Studio One vibes, you know?
You gotta run as fast as you can. I'm gonna catch you. You gotta run till you can't run no more. You gotta
That's right, big classic vibes to Studio One on 45 minutes of 45s today.
run till you can't run no more. You gotta
Pick up yourself, DC. I read you from the Bay Area on the check-in.
I'm gonna find you.
Again, big classic Studio One vibes right now. All right, so just out of curiosity, I want to see what's on the other side of this. I have no idea, but this is just going to show you. Oh, the version is actually there. Let's see if this is the version. Hypothetically, it's supposed to be a version, but that doesn't always happen. Oh, it is. There you go. Watch a bunch of sound men hit me up for the version, you know? Once again, this is 45 minutes of 45s. Oh, it's the dub
Run as
version.
fast as you can. I'm gonna catch you.
All right, again, this is old classic Studio One. Not going in no particular order. Just pulling out some tunes that when I was first getting into collecting 45s and, you know, learning myself, I would just pull out stuff and not really know. And since somebody requested a Ernest Wilson earlier. I'm going to go ahead and drop one right here. Big thing called Money Worries. Again, this is Studio One / and this right here, of course, I don't even know the story behind this. And again, I'm not an expert, but Studio One, Cox and Dodd is the producer, you know. And then later on, instead of Studio One, he started rocking Cox and Dodd as the Coxon as the record label. I have no idea why. You know, I'm sure somebody out there is going to know, but no idea. I just know it's the same guy, same vibe, you know. Probably later on, early, who knows. But right here again is Ernest Wilson with Money Worries. Big classic Studio One vibes today. Big classic show. Again, this is Ernest Wilson with Money Worries. Studio One vibes. So let me show you something else random. I barely even run into stuff like this. Again, this is old Studio One, Coxon Records, as it says right here. It says I spent $1.99 on this record back in the day. I had no idea what I was buying. And there's two different ones. This is the Clarendonians medley. And I honestly think how they recorded this, they just one shot, ran through the tune, just little roll, little drop, and right onto the next rhythm, live band style. So I'm going to see if we can play it all the way through. And again, this is a medley of the Clarendonians. Rude Boy Gone to Jail, Rudy Bum Bum, and Shooby-Doo Scorcher. You know, Rudy Bum Bum. You guys should know that one. But check this out. Random. Super random. It's a medley record. I got the original, the Shooby-Doo Clarendonian, just the single, but this has the medley to it, so check it out. Watch the switch up soon now, watch.
Just as him get paid.
One more switch up, I think, is coming up right now. That's a wicked tune right there. So I got the regular 45, you know? Again, this is just a random 45 that I ran into back in the day. Again, I had no idea what I was buying. It's a medley track. Why would I ever want to play a medley track as a DJ? I have no idea. Just picked it up. Now, it's kind of cool. You know, something different that nobody else is going to have. It's kind of a wicked tune, you know? And of course, share the vibes with you guys. Again, this is another random Studio One. Had no idea what this I was picking up. On the one side, it's the Gay Lads, Don't Say No. And this side, I always like to play this side. It's Cedric Brooks with Ethiopia. Check the vibes. You guys know that. You know that as Java. Again, this is 45 minutes of 45s. We're just playing some tunes, you know? Nice and easy. Been doing so much live streams, it's just nice to cool down and just play a couple tunes, you know? Just play some old 45s. Again, this is when I was first learning about 45s, just picking up anything and everything that I could, you know? Classic Studio One vibes today. So let's go ahead and check the other side just because. The Gay Lads with Don't Say No. Completely different vibe, you know? So you just never know what you're gonna get when you get a rec 45 back in the day sometimes, you know?
Don't say no, baby, say yes. It's getting late, so put on your dress. Don't say no, baby, say yes. It's getting late, so put on your dress. Let's take a walk.
I always played the other side, the Cedric Brooks, the Ethiopia. That's my tune. So another big tune, Studio One vibes. Again, I found the original pressing back in the day. Got it from another collector who got it from Jamaica. I have other versions of this. I even got the instrumental on the other side, which I'm excited about. And you guys already know this tune, the Abyssinians with Declaration of Rights. You already know the vibe.
us away from civilization, brought us to slave in the plantation, buzzing and fighting.
One more time. Studio One vibes today on 45 minutes and 45. Nice and easy. Right here at the Abbott City, the Declaration of Rights.
Get up and fight for your rights, my brother. Get up and fight for your rights, my sister.
Singing the dub plate now. You know, that's a big classic tune. Again, Studio One, setting the standard, setting the vibes, you know. And I got another one right here ready for you guys. Like I was saying, for me, again, I'm not an expert. I haven't studied this in school or nothing, but I've been collecting and playing reggae music for a little bit. So, again, this is stuff that when I was first learning about 45s and collecting records and getting into certain things, I would kind of put two and two together and play a tune, and then, wow, that tune was originally way before this other rhythm, and that's where they must have got it. And speaking of that, right here is another Studio One, setting the foundation right here, and if I'm not mistaken, version on the other side. So let's check out the original Barry Brown with Far East. Again, Studio One, 45 minutes of 45, y'all.
Look, my brothers, look what you see is going on. How many youths has been killed in tribal war?
Okay, hold on. One more time. Again, it's Barry Brown with Far East. Classic Studio One vibes today, yo.
Look, my brothers, look what you see is going on. How many youths has been killed in tribal war?
Nice and easy.
By Babylon, ignorant, innocent been born. Some is going to the west, oh yes. Some is going to the north. Some is going to the south, Some
And again, hit me up if you guys have any requests, any ideas, suggestions like that. Go ahead and hit me up directly. DM me, as they say.
You better listen to me. Step to one foolish fighting.
And I'm going to be putting these up on YouTube after a while. My little logo in the corner and everything. So, you know, keep checking the vibes.
Some is going to the west, oh yes. Some is going to the north. Some is going to the south, oh yes. Some is going to the far east.
Wicked. One more time, that was Barry Brown with Far East. Let's check the B-side, as they say. See how good the version is. A lot of people call this the TV track nowadays, but kind of think it was the dub version, you know? Wicked. So again, you know, for me, Studio One set the standard on a lot of rhythms that people know about. You know, big tunes, big classic versions. Speaking of a big classic version, oh man, I just had it set right here. Of course, that thing fell. Hold on. Oh, lost it, but I got a different tune ready for you guys. So as I play this tune, grab the other big version I was about to play. And I know this is a little bit later for Studio One vibes, you know, but still, I think it's like the second string. Check the vibes. Right here's Freddie McGregor with Bobby Babylon. One more time, Freddie McGregor now. And this is a tune we'll still be playing early out right now, you know? This is a wicked tune. Classic Studio One vibes, you know? I got that next rhythm ready for you guys. So, you know, like I was saying, for me, Studio One set the foundation for a lot of things like we've already heard today with, you know, Dennis Brown, that Barry Brown, Far East we just played, the Abyssinians. You know, there's so much. The Consider Me by Jennifer Laura that kind of set the foundation for the, you know, movie star for me anyway. I'm sure probably produced before that, but again, right here, check this rhythm, big Studio One foundation vibes. Just a version, you know? And now, if you don't recognize this, I'll let it play for a second. So if you don't recognize this is what we call Hot Milk, and the big Barrington Levy Murderer dropped over it. And obviously the Murderer by Barrington's a little bit slower, but this is the original rhythm, you know? Got another original tune, original rhythm right here for you to check. Oh, I got another one right here. Boom. Classics on classics right now. Go ahead and get into some more instrumentals. That's the Hot Milk version, setting the foundation for me for Studio One vibes, you know? Again, this is another big Cox and Dodd Studio One early version. I mean, this version pretty much runs sound clashes nowadays, you know? Everybody got every artist on this rhythm, you know? And if you don't know the name of this rhythm, it's called Real Rock. Seems like every artist got at least one song over this, you know? We only got a couple more minutes, so I'm going to bust a big tune over that rhythm that I first discovered. I still don't even have the dub plate. I need to get this dub plate. Anybody got the link, let me know. But this is one of the first tunes on the Real Rock that I ran into as a 45 collector, you know? And if you don't know, again, this is the Real Rock rhythm. Right here is Willie Williams with Armageddon Time.
Supper tonight. A lot of people going to suffer tonight, 'cause the battle is getting getting hotter in this iration. It's Armageddon. A lot of people won't get no justice tonight. So a lot of people going to have to stand up and fight. But remember to praise Jehovah, and He will guide you in this iration. It's Armageddon. Yeah.
All right, wicked, another one. Willie Williams right there. Armageddon time, big real rock vibes. And again, another big instrumental. Cox and Dodd, Studio One. This thing's called Drum Song. Check the vibes. Wicked, right? I got to know this rhythm from like Garnet Silk, a couple other people over at Capleton, if I'm not mistaken, Sizzla. But once I learned about that, I was like, oh wow, okay, that's where that comes from, you know? Another big rhythm right here is a thing called Swing Easy, which, you know, Richie Spice came out with the tune many years ago. Tony Rebel, Buju Banton, all kinds of vibes. So again, it's Studio One, you know? Check the vibes. Like the how you get in my chalice. In my chalice. I know, right? You know? That's that swing easy vibe, you know? Again, classic Studio One vibes right there. Again, it's called Swing Easy. Soul Vendors dropping that. Again, we're going to drop this tune. I got one more tune, and then we're going to call it done for today. Thanks for tuning in to another 45 minutes of 45s. You know, we've been doing a lot of live streaming to keep the vibes going. And for me, this is just fun to be able to go through my 45s and just play some tunes, you know. And again, I'm going to have this start popping up on YouTube so people can check the back shows. And, you know, just be up there for the people to check, you know, check some vibes. Again, Studio One, big classics right here is Larry Marshall with Throw Me Corn, another big original rhythm that ended up being all kinds of big hits. Check the vibe. I got one more tune after this, and that's it, y'all. Give thanks for tuning in.
Me show me corner door, me no call up phone. Suppose you wanna pick it up, it's your business. Oh yeah.
Classic Studio One vibe. Hey. Alright, you got the vibe. What did I do? That sounded like the version. This might be the regular tune. Again, That wouldn't surprise me if it's labeled wrong at all, you know? I should have remembered that. Okay, we got one more tune after this. Give thanks for tuning in, you guys.
Show me corner door, me no call up phone. Suppose you wanna pick it up, it's your business. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Me show me corner
Oh, yep,
door,
labeled
me no
wrong.
call up phone. Suppose you
Not
wanna
surprising
pick
at
it
all.
up, it's your business. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Whether you are black or you are white, whether you are black or you are white, it is you. It is you. It is you.
Again, I'm not going in no particular order. I'm just pulling out some tunes that I know that ended up becoming big rhythms for me and a lot of other selectors once you kind of understand where the tunes come from, where the original rhythm comes from, you know, who produced it first, what was the big hit. Sometimes some of these rhythms come out and then years later they get redone over and over, and then finally there's the big hit that makes it the big rhythm, you know? I got one more tune for you guys. Again, this is all Studio One today. As far as I don't know much about this artist. I just know this one tune. And you know, usually, like I was saying, when you first learning about artists and tunes and rhythms and things like that, of course, I mean, I got this because it was a Studio One, and if I'm not mistaken, it's a cover of a track, which is not surprising, especially with early on Jamaican music was covering a bunch of American hits. But this is the last tune for the day. Thanks guys for tuning in. Right here is Norma Frazier with First Cut is the Deepest. For me, back in the day playing this, it was just a big tune for me. Just really love the vibes, you know? Give thanks, you guys. Again, this is 45 minutes of 45s. We'll see you guys next time. Give thanks, you guys. Bless. Big classics. Norma Frazier with First Cup is the Deepest. Watch the vibe now.
The first cut is the deepest. The first cut is the deepest.
Hey.
When it comes to being lucky people, when it comes to love and need people, but when it comes to being lucky people, that's how I know the first cut is the deepest. The first cut is the deepest.
Again, this is 45 minutes of 45s. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week, if not sooner. Give thanks, y'all.
Want you by my side, just to help me dry the tears that I'll cry. And I'm sure I will give you a try. And if you want, I'll try to love again. Baby, you can't learn the key without love. The first cut is the deepest.
45 minutes of 45 selection with Dashai. This is Ray Darwin on my tribute to the Dashai 45 session. My brethren chilling on the couch with this portable turntable, selecting sweet reggae music for you and reasoning about discovering, finding and collecting Reggae 45. Dedication and passion. Run it. Final 45 in my play. You lick a four-stripe sound. Are you not ready? Dash I cool dance all. A vinyl replay. 7-inch 45, you know we keep it alive. Yeah, yeah. Stop that little trip to select a shop. Yeah, miss Dash I tribute to 45, no sir. Pure classic 45, me brethren apply. Dash I open up the archive. 45 minutes of 45 in my spin. Chilling on the sofa with the roots rock rhythm. Spread the good vibes, brethren. Cause we have another spliff blazing.